Welcome back to Mornings. There are literally thousands and thousands of different methods and techniques for achieving success in everyday life. But it all starts, as you know, with the mind. And according to my next guest, mapping your mind is step one.
The author of, get this, 120 books. Here's someone who's written 8 and thinks he's great. He has been nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for services to education and humanity. He has a black belt in Aikido, and he's an Olympic rowing coach, founder of the Brain Trust charity, advisor to governments including Singapore, Mexico, China, Malaysia, UK and Indonesia. At 69 years of age, he has crammed more into his life than most could dream of. Would you please give a warm Sydney welcome to the extraordinary Tony Buzan?
That's what it's all about, isn't it? You're warriors of the mind and its beauty. Will you get this piece of paper back in this way? No. So what happens in every country around the planet? This. The mind map. And the mind map and imagination and association are the human language. They are the language you and I speak, and the location of those images and associations. And externalized, that language is the mind map.
I started off as an investor to fund the setting up this training center, Tony Buzan Center at that time. And as part of the agreement, I had to send a team of teachers to be certified. So I went along with about 10 of them. That's how it all started. When I first met him, it was about 15 years ago. At the time, Tony was at his prime. He was a world-class trainer, very passionate about his work. And later, as I got to know him a bit better, a lot better in fact, I think he's absolutely passionate about his life mission statement for global mental literacy.
I think one of the main areas that drew us to each other was, I was interested obviously in his idea of mind mapping. At one level, mind mapping is an ancient thing. All the old sages of the world, China, India, Middle East, had said that the best way to orchestrate things is to do a map in your mind.
One of the things that really stayed in my mind and that I was really deeply impressed is the way Tony teaches. I can sum it up into 2 words. One is patience and the other one is provocations. So he would provoke you with a question, like, why are you doing this? Why must you do that? And the other thing that I noticed is that he's very patient, meaning that he would give you time to grow.
He definitely gave me a hug, and it was like a hug that I never had back at home. And when I felt that hug, I know that this man is a person that will transform, that would transform myself, and also transform many lives that he touched. So my first impression of Tony has always been a warm, smiling, attractive gentleman.
I think the biggest blessing for me was for my two kids. At that time, they were young, growing up, so I was able to apply what I learned to nurture them so that they can be passionate about being lifelong learners. And right now, they're just pursuing their passion, fulfilling their potential. That's the biggest blessing for me.
His impact on others around him is a lot more powerful because he actually not just walk the talk, but talk the walk.
My relationship with Professor Tony Buzan is a fairly complicated one, if I may say, because other than knowing him as my teacher, I also would regard him as my father in terms of how he has mentored me in my personal life, in many things that I come across in my younger days.
I told Tony about it, and so I said my focus right now is to take care of my mom. And he had a very good advice for me. He says, no, take care of yourself first rather than your mom, because if you are not feeling well, you can't even take care of your mom. And that makes sense to me, because as a business person, we sometimes tend to forget to take care of ourselves.
I just regret that I didn't have a chance to see you in the last year of your life, but I'm praying that at some moment in the last days, you would have made peace and reconciled with God. You have led a wonderful life here on earth, impacting many people, doing very meaningful work, and I pray that you will go well with your soul as well.
I will continue your work on global mental literacy, and indeed also hold on to the memories that you have left with us. So once again, on behalf of the world, who has already met you, and behalf of the world that has not met you yet, we want to thank you.
To me, you're still around. You live on through your books, through the works that you have done, the effort you have put in mental literacy. So I hope that we will get to work together again.
You left us a little bit too early, and that's why I'm very upset with you, Tony. And I need to settle that score when we meet, wherever God decides, or whoever it is that controls our destiny decides. But thank you, and I know the world owes you a very huge debt. Thank you again, Tony. I lost a very good friend in you, but we'll be meeting again soon.
Tony, it really takes a lot to say goodbye to you, but I really do not think this is goodbye, because you remain in my heart. Thank you, Tony. This has been a great ride. It's been a great journey. With love, on behalf of my family, we thank you. See you again.
I am extremely proud of Singapore because what an example for the future of the human race. And investing in the World Memory Championships and Dr. Tang and all his committee and his friends and all the arbiters, given, it was a gift to the future of the world's memory. I'm a bit sad, if you like, that I'm sitting with you now and you now, that quite soon I'm leaving.